Now, this illustration deals with metallic water pipe and structural metal in accordance with 250.68C as in car. Now, the first thing we have to determine is the water piping system qualifying as a grounding electrode. So we would look at the call out at the right-hand side bottom of the illustration. Metal water piping can be used to bond other electrodes to form a grounding electrode system. Within 5 foot there where it enters the building, if 10 feet or more of it is in the earth, it is an electrode. So we're saying here, yeah, you can bond all your electrodes to this. Notice the grounding electrode conductor from the service is bonded in. And then notice you have a concrete encased electrode, a ground ring, a rod, all that is connected there. But now to the left, we could also use the structural steel in accordance with 250.50A2 because the steel is bonded and grounded into earth's ground. It's an electrode. If it's not, then we have to go to 250.104C and bond it in, just as we would have to do with that water pipe in 250.104A if it was not considered an electrode by having 10 feet or more of it installed in the earth. But now notice the connection to the structural steel to the left can be bolted, riveted, welded, can be used to bond other electrodes to form a grounding electrode system in accordance with 250.68C as in car 2. And then again, you could connect a concrete encased electrode, a ground ring, or rod by the sections that you see listed there that would address such an installation, where it's a concrete encased electrode, OU for ground, or ground ring, or rod. And then, of course, you see connections for the water pipe is to the right above the water pipe with the call out connections permitted by threaded, welded, brazed, or bolted flange connections to the metal water piping would be permitted as outlined in 250.68C1. And then again, we show you that grounding electrode conductor at the very top of the illustration to the right, splicing permitted only by irreversible compression type connectors in accordance with 250.68C1. And we've given a number of times conditions and examples where construction procedures during the construction stages damaged it, or a service was relocated from one location to another and we needed to extend that grounding electrode conductor. Now, the other thing that used to be a problem until we put this method in the code was bus bars. And somebody wanting to argue now could say, well, you know, you're splicing those bus bars together and that's not permitted by the code. So we put in there that yes, sections of bus bars that are bonded and connected together to form a grounding electrode conductor in accordance with 250.68C1 and C2 as in car is permitted. So we have the rules for installing metal water piping and structural metal and using it sometimes to bond all the electrodes together to form the grounding electrode system in accordance with 250.50. And that's what this figure 16-88 is illustrating.